Cormier.
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Here we go. Fight Clock brought to you by Broken City, starring Mark Wahlberg and Russell Crowe. Own it on Blu-ray and DVD, April 30th. Rated R. Red trunks for Mir, black trunks for Cormier.
One thing Mir has to be very careful of is the hand speed of Cormier. He's very fast for a heavyweight. We saw that in the Bigfoot Silva fight, lightning fast hand speed.
Frank mentioned the fact that he was able to train with maybe the best athlete in the UFC today in John Jones on a daily basis in Albuquerque, a 205 fighter, big enough to go with Mir, but quick, much like Cormier.
Frank's opening up with a lot of kicks. He does not want Daniel to back him up against the cage and limit his movement. Nice knee to the body by Frank.
Cormier landed more significant strikes than any of his opponents in each of his 8 Strikeforce fights.
And Daniel has instigated the clinch. He's got Frank tied up against the cage here. Good punches by Daniel, good uppercut there. That was a solid shot. Nice knee to the body by Frank.
Nice body shot. Now cranking on the neck of Mir, and look for the knee. Cormier is so explosive, and the pace and pressure he keeps right here is what has made him successful.
Nice inside leg kick on the return by Frank, but a good combination by Cormier.
Cormier, born in Louisiana, was a stud wrestler at Oklahoma State.
What Frank can't do is let Daniel do this.
Yep.
Press him up against the cage and limit his ability to move. Nice knee to the body by Daniel.
Cormier really embraces the grind in that wrestling mantra that has made him so successful. His heroes are the great wrestlers like John Smith and Dan Gable, Kenny Mundy. Good shots to the body by Cormier. This type of fight will test the training camp and the conditioning of Frank Mir.
Nasty punches by Cormier.
Really working Frank over in this position.
Those kind of shots will really slow Frank down. Those are devastating. Nice knee to the body there. That one hurt him.
And again, be a huge statement for Daniel Cormier if he can defeat the former 2-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah, Frank's got to defend himself in this position. He can't let Daniel keep chipping away at him here. And for Daniel, he's doing everything he wants to do. He wants to control this clinch, and he wants to slow Frank down, batter him to the body. Nasty shots by Cormier.
Continuing to work in the clinch effectively. Cormier has said many times, as we mentioned, I knew how to compete, but I learned how to fight at AKA. And having Cain Velasquez as his main training partner, you see the results right here. Again, that hand speed of Cormier.
Yeah, he's just a step faster with his combinations. And again, this is what Cormier wants. He wants to instigate the clinch, get a hold of Frank, and beat his body up. He can control Frank here.
Nice shot.
And so far, he's limited the amount of damage that he's taken in this position.
Mir look for the kick. Cormier slipped. He's got to be careful of his neck now, though. And he's out.
His neck's only about an inch long.
Yeah, good point. Mir might be a guy who could find it.
Nice inside leg kick. Powerful inside leg kick by Cormier.
Under 30 on the clock here. First of 3 5-minute rounds.
Frank Mir trying some really diverse kicking techniques here.
Final seconds of the first.
Do me a favor behind the black, please. Thank you.
Greg Jackson in the corner of Frank Mir said, let's not grapple up. Let's stay long, fight long, use your reach. Daniel Cormier's corner, Crazy Bob Cook. Keep your head off center and keep utilizing the feints.
Yeah, and they also wanted Frank to use the front kick to the body.
Heavy kick to the leg. About a 5-inch reach advantage for Mir. Wow.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Cormier pressing forward again.
Yeah.
And Frank Mir is back where he doesn't want to be. You got to circle out.
And there's the grapple up, yeah. This is what Greg Jackson wants Mir to try to avoid. Cormier, the captain of the Olympic team in 2008. Finished 4th in 2004.
Don't be surprised if you see Frank Mir pull guard. If he finds a time where he feels comfortable enough to grab a hold of a limb, it might not be a bad idea. Frank has one of the better guards, not just in the heavyweight division, but in the UFC period. Trying to get out of this position, but Daniel is so skilled in the clinch. It's something that doesn't look like a skill. It's hard to sort of quantify it to someone who doesn't understand grappling. But a guy like Cormier can really control a man up against the cage.
Yeah, Cormier stepped into the center though, Joe.
Yeah, he made his own choice, and it's probably because he wants to do that.
Yeah.
Uncork with some punches.
And right back to the grappling.
And he's controlling this. He's deciding, he's dictating completely where this fight takes place. We're 2 rounds in, halfway into the second. This is not where Frank Mir wants to be. The fight is not going the way he wants it to go. He's got to do something to change the tempo of this fight. Nice short elbow inside by Cormier.
Head fighting is prevalent here too. Mir takes a look at the clock just at the midway point of this fight. Mir was very attentive on the advice of Greg Jackson in between rounds. You can see the respect that has grown quickly for Jackson in the camp in Albuquerque from the 2-time heavyweight champion. But again, the clinch. Double underhooks.
You know, another problem that Frank's dealing with now is that all this grappling with Cormier constantly struggling to try to get out of this position is incredibly taxing. And you see how tired he is when he's trying to kick and punch. It looks like he's moving underwater. Look at this. Cormier jumped up to try to grab a hold of a guillotine, let it go, and then hit him with an uppercut.
Good knee.
It was a good knee bite by Mir. He needs more of that, for sure.
Cormier again with quick shots.
Great combination there by Cormier. Mir's got to get out of there.
Mir able to slip and counter there. Cormier, a lot of those strikes landed have been in the clinch.
And Mir would be well advised here to start throwing some kicks. If Cormier catches him and brings him down to the ground, that's what he wants anyway. This is not what he wants. He doesn't want to do that. Clinch up with him again.
Another right hand. That cracked him.
Oh, vicious shot to the body by Cormier. And then again, Cormier gets to decide where this fight takes place. And Frank can't let him be comfortable like this. He can't let him dictate.
Stop. Break.
They break. Frank Mir will take that.
Come on, let's fight.
Final seconds of the second round, though. Another strong round for Daniel Cormier. Trying to take out Frank Mir here in his UFC debut.
Both men in between rounds and ice as well.
So we continue. Like Cormier saying, I don't want him to get a break.
Frank needs a lot more of that.
Yep.
There he goes. Catch the kick.
And he doesn't
take him to the ground.
And Franco.
That's what Frank wants, but he wants to get away from this. He does not want to get involved in this. Look how easily Cormier turns him around. I mean, like a man and a child.
Yeah.
That's how good a wrestler Cormier is. We saw him lift Josh Barnett through the air and slam him to the ground with a broken hand. And Josh Barnett is an elite wrestler. He's hurt.
Big right hands again.
That's what Frank needs, a lot more of that. There he goes. This is exactly what Frank Mir needs to be doing here.
Looks for the kick there.
More of that. There he goes.
To the body.
That's a solid shot to the body. And again.
At an elbow.
Those are solid shots. The best shots Frank Mir has landed. It was hard to tell from our angle, but that one knee might have went low.
Cormier again, body head.
Frank's got some time here. He's got to separate and do more of what he was doing earlier in this round.
Because in the clinch, it's all Cormier. Just like that.
There he goes again. The speed of Daniel Cormier.
His work. His work.
3 minutes remain in this fight.
His work. Come on, his work. I'm gonna break you if you don't work. His work.
Any minute now, Herb Dean is going to separate these guys. And there he goes.
Will take it.
Yeah, he will, and he should. And this is what he wants. Frank's got to get busy. This is do or die. This is his career right here.
Yeah, this is where you swing for the fences. It's where all that extra conditioning can be a factor.
He's got to fight with desperation here, Mike. And there's another nice kick. He needs more of those.
Those are
doesn't need this. He's clean here. He's got to separate, push apart, because Cormier is going to do that every time. When Frank is free, he's got to feel like Daniel Cormier is made of glue. Don't come close to him. Don't let him touch you, because you're going to get stuck. He drops down for a leg.
Frank wouldn't have minded if Cormier jumped up
Not
in this
at all.
pulling guard. Just over 90 seconds now.
Frank Mir has got to fight with desperation here, Mike. And so far, Cormier has been able to contain him, and every time Frank has been able to get off some damaging shots, Daniel's been able to hold on to him and fight his fight.
Superior wrestler, to say the least.
And we've seen no grappling whatsoever other than clinching.
Yep.
Frank has never had an opportunity to try to submit him.
I'm gonna strike you.
Herb Dean says, keep working. And Cormier does just that.
His work.
Frank
I think
just
Herb's
can't
going to separate him again.
Oh! Time's running out for Frank Mir.
Stop. Let's go.
It's going to be his last chance here, Joe. 30 seconds. Leave it all inside the cage. Seconds. Final seconds of the fight. Can they go the distance? Daniel Cormier and Frank Mir fight for 15 minutes. The official decision coming up next on Fox.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Daniel D.C. Cormier.
Conor McGregor. And here we go. Quickly taking the center of the octagon. And right into battle, Brimage in the white.
This is exactly what Brimage needs to do. He needs to dumb down the fight. He can't let Conor get off, get his rhythm going, and get his momentum going. Conor loves angles. He loves to mix it up. He'll step off, and Brimage just has to stay in his face.
Black trunks for Dublin, Ireland's McGregor. Very technical and precise striker. Nice shot by Brimage, though.
So far, it's Brimage landing the bigger shots, but out of Conor's 12 wins, 11 are knockouts.
Conor with an uppercut there, Kenny.
11 are knockouts, and he almost did it again.
He clipped him on the way in.
He can find your chin from anywhere.
Again, nice slip and a little counter. You can see how comfortable on the feet McGregor is.
It's unbelievable. Look at the angles. He circles. He can fight going forwards. He can fight going backwards. Look at that uppercut. Now, Marcus
over the top, looking to finish it here.
This is why everyone's been talking about Conor McGregor.
It's all over. Conor McGregor, another first-round win. Wow. Ultra-impressive UFC debut.
That is exactly why he's so dangerous, Mike. And he took some big shots, so guess what? He's got a huge chin as well. This kid's the real deal. Look at the uppercuts. It all started with the uppercuts. That's what really dazed Marcus Brimage. And from there, it was all Conor McGregor. There's that killer instinct and accuracy.
Again, the uppercut early was the one that did damage, and uppercuts here lead to the end of the night of Marcus Brimage. Outstanding UFC debut for Conor McGregor. And an awesome reaction as he enjoys his first career win in the octagon. The proud Irishman, Conor McGregor.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Robert Sundell has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 7 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Silva has fought and beaten most around the world. The crippler, Chris Leben, 5-0 in the UFC.
You ready? Let's get it on!
And here we go. Welcome to the octagon, Anderson Silva. Just kind of threw Leben aside that time, but you could tell with those jabs, and they're right-handed jabs because both of these fighters are southpaws still, but the reach advantage, a definitive one for Anderson Silva.
He's excellent at angles. He's a great striker. He moves well. He's really good at moving in and out, changing timing. Good head kick. Oh, Chris Leben's rocked.
And Leben goes down. Oh, Silva should have jumped in and finished it. He may do it right here. Leben is rocked. He was stunned.
He was
like
rocked
he's back
bad.
up.
I thought it was over.
Oh, he is in big trouble. Chris Leben goes down again, and it is all over.
Wow.
It is all over. The debut of Anderson Silva lasts less than 1 minute.
That's what I was talking about. This is a different kind of striker.
Oh, I want you to stay right there. They know you're fine.
Man, that was impressive. I mean, Chris Leben takes a tremendous punch.
That's good.
Anderson Silva just moved on him, gave him angles, caught him coming in, took him him apart. I mean, wow. I don't think anybody thought that was gonna happen. That was very impressive. Let's take a look at the replay. Anderson, the Spider Silva. Head kick. Right hand, left hand. Chris Leben looked so out of it. I'm amazed that Big John McCarthy didn't stop it earlier. Here's the end. Big John just jumps in. He gave Chris every chance he possibly could to recover.
Bam.
Bam, and that is the end.
Great technique by Silva on the knee as he pulled the head forward as he brought the knee up, doubling the force.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 49 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by knockout, Anderson the Spider Silva.
For Reiner.
Are you ready? Fight!
Johnson coming in on very late notice, but he is beaten two very experienced fighters in the early part of his mixed martial arts career. Big combinations early by Reiner.
Reiner's hurt.
And now he's down, and it is all over. Anthony Johnson, outstanding.
Wow. Reiner got stiffened up. He got hurt very badly with a punch, was obviously wobbly, and then got hit with a big one that just put him away.
Anthony Johnson answers with a flurry.
And that's a very impressive knockout considering that he just went 3 rounds, that Reiner just went 3 rounds with Josh Burkman. Let's take a look at that again. Reiner's coming in, bang, that left hook, that was the one. That one hurt him very badly. And then that other one put him away. And another one on the way down.
And the first one that caught was a left on Johnson, or the right there. Johnson stumbled a little bit, but came right back.
Wow.
Boom. That's the one.
That was the one. Completely stiff, head off the ground.
Now watch the early punch in the beginning of the fight that was delivered by Chad Reiner, Joe.
And here it is right from the beginning. Now Reiner comes in with his head straight up. Watch him, he's throwing these combinations. He doesn't have a high guard, he doesn't have his shoulders tucked. Bang, and he leaves an open target. Bang! Anthony Johnson has got some power.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Troy Waugh has called a stop to this contest at 13 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, Anthony Rumble Johnson.
That time.
A lot of the headlines have been garnered by his opponent, Israel Adesanya, but a big opportunity for Wilkison tonight. He is in blue, the newcomer Adesanya in black.
Also the mental side, Wilkison coming off the first loss of his career, a knockout loss, which stopped pretty late. He took a lot of damage in that fight. How will that affect him going into this one?
Already an early stance switch from the switch stance fighter, Israel Adesanya. An accomplished kickboxer. He's drawn some comparisons to John Jones. We'll see if he can live up to all of these expectations here tonight against Wilkison.
One thing he has to do is not let the hype get to him. A lot of people talk about him, John Jones, Anderson, Silva, stuff like that. Hey, get in there, win the fight, do what you do, worry about the hype later. Don't feel the need to live up to it and have a spectacular finish in the first round. Just get the win.
Adesanya, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt under Andre Galvao, but Wilkison figured to have a grappling advantage tonight. More than half of Wilkinson's pro wins have come by submission.
I think he needs to rely on those skills tonight, get an outside trip, get on top. Look at that wizard, beautiful balance. Cow catcher position, wrestling, lets it go. Head chancer. This is the kind of fight you want if you're Wilkison.
No doubt about
Dirty
it.
against the fence, grinding. Rely on that clinch. Take the energy out of an explosive opponent.
And of course try to extend a fighter who has never gone 15 minutes in his pro career. 11-0 for Adesanya, all 11 wins by knockout, 5 in round 1.
Nice job with the trip. Adesanya, very good job of getting back to his feet. Excellent balance.
There is a healthy rivalry between Australia and New Zealand.
Look at that tenacity with the takedown. Didn't let him off the hook. Stayed with the single leg, stayed with the pressure in the back against the fence. That tenacity he's going to need to get the takedown here.
Another level change here for Rob Wilkison. 2.5 minutes gone by round one.
Go inside straight away,
Like you said, he got on the radar, kind of beating up Melvin Gillard. Great performance in that fight, but Melvin Gillard has fought at 55. Certainly not a natural middleweight. Wilkison is. Much more physical pressure here than he's used to.
Right. Looks like some blood in and around that nose of Rob Wilkison. Not exactly sure what caused it.
You can tell Wilkison wants no distance at all.
Right. Sage strategy against someone like Adesanya. Now we get some separation. About 2 minutes to go, round one. We'll see what the last style bender can do now at range. Showing some feints here to Wilkison.
So far, being patient. Have to work from the outside. Nice lead hook right hand. And Wilkison to do a beautiful job with the roll. And that's athleticism, my friend. He rolled right through that.
Adesanya makes this middleweight limit with ease. Came in at 183 pounds, 3 pounds to spare here yesterday. And the takedown defense is largely held up, Jim.
The strategy here, of course, Wilkison wants a takedown. If he can't get it, just keep this fight close and make it about long-term energy depletion. Take the energy out of my opponent, even if I can't take him down.
42 seconds.
And also test the mentality. This guy's not used to long fights. Make it groove and see if he'll get frustrated because he can't get his game going.
Pretty good job by Wilkison to pull that post and get Adesanya down, but only for a couple seconds. Israel back to his feet.
Yeah, certainly not efficient with the takedowns so far. He's putting in a lot of work for very few takedowns, but able to wear Adesanya down. I think that could be the goal in round one.
2 takedowns on 10 attempts in round one for Razor Rob Wilkison. Round 2, forthcoming from Perth. Stay with us. Takeaways from either corner after round one.
Yeah, Rob Wilkinson's corner said, look at how he's sitting on the stool. He's tired. It's all about energy. Stick to the game plan. They don't want him getting creative and getting knocked out.
Just Cam, Rob. Let's go.
Adesanya misses high with that kick. You just get the sense everyone is waiting with bated breath to see this highly touted prospect. Wilkison again closes the distance, whiffs on the left hand.
Wilkinson's point, he didn't talk about the takedown. They talked about energy, about wearing him down, breaking him down, and winning the fight.
In 2 minutes, in 5 minutes, we're going home. We're going to have the victory. Let's go.
Oh, nice jab.
Try to protect. Let's go. High ground. Take start. Come on, move the foot. Keep moving the feet, Rob.
Nice combination to the body. The speed on that jab. Finally, a good separation after a takedown attempt.
Yeah, Adesanya starting to get read a little bit on that Wilkison shot. He saw it 10 times in round one. 12 takedown attempts now for Wilkison. And that was a big message from the Adesanya corner as well, Jimmy, to focus on the hands and not the feet when it comes to his strike.
Exactly. Don't let him catch it and take it down. Make him earn it with a takedown.
Even when it gets partially.
Yeah, done with these gloves, it makes no difference. Nice knee.
Nice job by Wilkison, though, to stay committed and ground Adesanya at least temporarily there.
I don't think he had much of a choice. His budget did not feel good. He committed to that takedown. So Survival's a hell of a motivator, John.
Wilkison with an underhook here, content to run a little bit of clock. Just over 3 minutes here in round 2.
You know, he's doing well with the wizard. He's doing well, you know, pulling inside, not getting the takedown. He needs to angle off the fence. He needs a little bit more footwork to not be in these positions against the fence.
Go inside, underhook.
Not getting taken down is good, but you want to angle, get back to the center of the octagon where he's done good work.
Big deep breath from Rob Wilkison. Adesanya pressing forward. Oh, uppercut followed up with a knee.
These strikes are quick and they're accurate. Nose might be broken,
yeah,
a lot of blood coming out of it.
Looks a little rearranged.
What that affects so much is the breathing. Beautiful job with that defense. Now starting to take Wilkison apart with the strikes. That hurt him.
Not sure how much more Wilkison can take. Adesanya to the knee, now back to the hands.
Moving his head, but not enough. Spit blood on him.
Wilkison exhausted, attempted 16 takedowns, and the end here might be a formality. Big right hand.
This looks like physical surrender to me. He's not answering back, he just has his hands up. It's not going to take much for the referee to stop this one. This is a punching bag right now.
Oh, huge right hand from Adesanya after Wilkison had landed a knee. Not sure how much more Steve Percival needs to see. There's a knee.
Yeah, this guy is done. That's it.
Israel Adesanya, so-so according to him, but the last style bender does it 12-0. He makes good on the UFC debut tonight.
What I like about that finish is that there was no one big punch. He didn't load up for one shot. It was a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Stephen Percival has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 37 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
Yamamoto and Johnson.
Here we go, first round, you ready? You ready? Let's go, come on.
Here we go. Black trunks for Johnson. Purple trunks for Yamamoto, southpaw. Who will find the range and engage first?
One thing I'm noting, Mike, is the distance between these guys. They're putting a lot of distance between each other, and that's out of respect for the speed. Both guys know that they can close the distance very quickly. Look how far apart they are from each other. This is a good 3 or 4 feet further away from each other than you normally see fighters. And that's why. Look how quickly they can close the distance.
Quick step forward, good left hand by Yamamoto.
Yeah, look how far out Yamamoto is. Look how quick his counters are.
Johnson switches his stance. And even the corner says, keep your distance.
Yeah, they both have to be very acutely aware of each other's ability to just explode and literally move quicker than you can react.
Leg kick by Johnson. Counter by Yamamoto. In and out at a lightning pace, good counter again.
Very nice leg kick by Johnson.
Johnson trying to find that range a little bit now here, Joe.
Look how much more these guys move on their toes, too. You don't see any of that plodding Muay Thai style with these two. They're both constantly bouncing. Big shot by Demetrius, stuffed by Yamamoto. Yamamoto, as you said, excellent wrestler.
1972 Olympian, his father. Both his sisters competed in wrestling at a high level. He finished 4th in Japan's prestigious Emperor's Cup.
And he was 24 years old when he first got into MMA, and the way he got into it was his sister gave him a video of some MMA fights, and he was wrestling at the time, and he just looked at it and said, I think I'm stronger than those guys, and that's what started out his mixed martial arts career.
Actually went to high school in Arizona, did Yamamoto, and won 3 state championships in Arizona, 112 career wins.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
just about to the midway point of the round.
I know at one point in time he was trying to train for the Japanese Olympic team, but he broke his arm.
Missed there,
takedown.
and Johnson
Beautiful.
takes advantage.
Beautiful job by Johnson. Yamamoto using half guard, trying to get up. Very nice use of the underhook. Got right back up to his feet.
Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Kid Yamamoto, Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson misses with the kick. Yamamoto with the left. Both men so ultra quick.
Nice counter. Very beautiful straight left there by Yamamoto. Right underneath it and down again. Beautiful job by Mighty Mouse. And you can hear Matt Hume giving him instructions in the corner there. He wants him to get his head down. He wants to flatten his shoulders down and hold him in place. He doesn't want Yamamoto to be able to shrimp and hip escape. And Yamamoto bucks and moves, and he's out. Very nicely done. Oh, beautiful combination by Demetrius.
Oh, just missed with the head kick.
Nice knee to the body by Johnson.
Good knee. You could hear the connection, Joe.
Yeah, powerful knee there. Yamamoto struggling a bit to get his groove, Mike. You know, he's been taken down twice by Johnson.
24-year-old Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson.
What a takedown. Look at the speed of that, Mike. Ducking under that shot. I mean, I want to see that in the replay. That was absolutely beautiful.
You want to talk about exploding.
He's looking for that Kimura, too, on the left arm.
Watch the back of the head.
15 seconds.
Big, big round from Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Finishes the round on top. Yamamoto, but his UFC debut all on the same night for Demetrius Johnson. But Yamamoto's always one strike away from a finish. We've seen it in his career many times. Johnson started to close that gap, Joe, that you spoke of as the round continued. You got a little bit more in range, and it paid off late in the round.
Well, Johnson is clearly very well trained, Mike, and you heard Matt Hume talking in the corner saying he's going for that underhook, control the hand. This is exactly what we trained for. You can see that he knows when Yamamoto's going to punch to duck under it. They've got this all planned out. For Yamamoto, he's really got to get his groove on and show some of that dynamic striking that made him one of the most popular fighters in Japan.
And that goes back to what we mentioned during the walk-ins of how well Matt Hume knows Yamamoto and his tendencies, watching him fight for so many years. Yamamoto had some nice counters in round one. Nice right hand by Johnson.
Yamamoto goes for the takedown. Johnson right back up to his feet and lands a nice knee. And there's a kick and back up to his feet again after he falls.
Johnson had a great fight with Brad Pickett on the Aldo versus Faber card.
Nice leg kick.
"90 seconds old, round number 2.
Kid keeps feinting with that knee. Low kick. Kid keeps feinting with that knee, Mike, showing him that left knee, almost as if like to warn him as he's trying to shoot, to give him something to think about. Let's take a look at the low kick here, and no doubt about that, ladies and gentlemen. Right to the fancy pants.
Unintentional.
By the way, those are some beautiful shorts.
They might be.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, one of the best, if not the best, ever.
Wonder if I could buy a pair anymore.
I bet you could. I'm going to get them for you for your birthday. When's your birthday? Don't say it. now because of you knowing his fancy pants.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful takedown. Oh, man. Good recovery by Kid.
Johnson really switches his stance up a lot, Joe, and he comes in from all kinds of different angles.
He is so fast. I mean, he's the first guy that I've ever seen that's outspeeding Kid Yamamoto.
And that's interesting you say that, because tonight we wondered, would Kid for the first time not be the fastest fighter? Yamamoto saw that shot coming.
He covers the distance so well, though. He's taking it too, Kid Yamamoto, Mike. He's tagging him. And beautiful job of ducking under things, too. Ducking under the counters, and he's constantly keeping him guessing. Between punches and takedown attempts. And look at him, he's barely even breathing.
And what a key that is as well, Joe. If you just start solely throwing strikes and there's no fear of a takedown, your opponent adjusts much more easily. But with the fear of the takedown, he's got Yamamoto off balance.
Absolutely, and it's one of the most important and overlooked aspects by a lot of younger fighters who like to stand. You know, you like to stand, you like to train punches, but this is mixed martial arts. And the more you get your opponent guessing, the more you can land those punches. And again, look at that, throws that punch and ducks under in lightning speed, and he's got Yamamoto down again. And Yamamoto is starting to show some frustration on his face, Mike. And they're saying control that underhook, and it's on the right side, which is the same side as the half guard, and that's how he got back up to his feet.
Under 90 seconds left in round 2. Once had a 14-fight win streak, did Kid Yamamoto. Yamamoto tried to counter with the right hook.
Wow.
Ducked under again, perfect timing.
Like a lightning bolt, man. That is the fastest guy I've ever seen in the octagon by far. I can't even think of a close second.
He's having fun, he's fast, and entertaining
Lands a knee on the way out as well. And it's not just speed, Mike. Look at his conditioning. I mean, here he is, 2 rounds at a furious pace. The dude's barely breathing heavy. But Kid Yamamoto, you have to point out, always dangerous. He can end a fight with 1 shot at any time. If Demetrius makes a mistake, and look at that, takes him down again. Spins to the back, Yamamoto back up. Yamamoto's got him down, but he ate a knee. He ate a knee.
They keep on.
Okay, I think he was saying it's an illegal knee, and Yamamoto stopped like a gentleman. Very good sportsmanship by Yamamoto. Step back.
Johnson recognizing it as well, Joe, saying I was kind of on my way up. Final seconds of the round.
I believe Yamamoto is going to start out well and then tire out. And they want Mighty Mouse to stay on him.
Third and final round. Dominic Cruz, Joseph Benavidez, Brad Pickett, Scott Jorgensen, Yamamoto now in the UFC, Demetrius Johnson making his debut. Bantamweight division just stacked. Stay aggressive, don't get caught.
We showed a very good chin eating that knee by Yamamoto in that last round. That was the first significant strike that Kid has been able to land.
Again, he led with the hands, Joe, and then boom, finished it.
It's
1-3
really
takedown.
Too fast for Yamamoto to react to.
And again, you're talking about a spectacular wrestler in Kid Yamamoto.
Yeah, and he has a surprised look on his face every time he's getting taken down.
Johnson trying to advance. Yamamoto, Joe, works his way back up again.
Watch the knee, watch the knee. Come on.
Three and a half left. Nice knee from the clinch by Johnson. Johnson once again the aggressor in the third and final round. Yamamoto, a veteran of nearly a decade in the mixed martial arts game.
Beautiful right hand. Mighty Mouse landed again. I mean, and look, the dude just doesn't get tired. He just keeps coming at him at the exact same clip.
Under 3 now.
Kid looks sluggish in this third round, Mike. Good stiff right hand there. And Kid he's going after Mighty Mouse here. But Mighty Mouse has been able to time his punches and drop under them, and that's what he's got to be careful of here in the third. Yamamoto looks visibly frustrated. God, look at that takedown, man. He's going for a guillotine. He's holding on to the neck. Matt Hume said, keep it, keep it. Good scramble, stays on top.
Just a frenetic pace.
Yeah, he's got to deepen that wizard. Okay, lost the wizard.
Yamamoto's gonna have to throw something here.
He's got 2 minutes to go. I just don't think he knows how to deal with this kid.
It's crazy when all of a sudden you got somebody who not only can match your speed, but might
He tagged him,
be
Mike.
faster.
He tagged him with a left hook. He's wobbly. And a right behind it.
And the kick
Again, another left hook and a kick to the body, and he's got him down. Man, this is a rout. I thought this was going to be an excellent matchup. I did not think that Mighty Mouse was going to be able to make Kid Yamamoto look average. That's what's so surprising about this fight, Mike.
Looking to claim victory in his UFC debut. Good knee by Yamamoto. A minute left in the fight.
Not exactly sure where that knee landed. I think it might have landed on a leg. But he's trying to stop him. He's trying to do something. He just can't quite figure out the style and the speed of Demetrious Johnson. God, the speed of this kid's takedowns is ridiculous.
Joe, Mighty Mouse is going to be a handful for every fighter in the UFC bantamweight division. Just 24 years old. Spectacular performance here tonight. Clock ticking down, 15 seconds.
This is an incredible performance by Demetrious Johnson. Just absolutely dominated Kid Yamamoto. Highly anticipated debut of Yamamoto. Spoiled by Demetrious Johnson. No doubt about it, Mike. I don't think there can be any debate.
Absolutely none at all.
And if you've never seen Kid Yamamoto fight before, you would have never understood what the hype was all about. This is how good Demetrious Johnson is, and how fast.
Frustrated Kid Yamamoto.
These takedowns, I mean, some of the best I have ever seen, and the fastest I've ever seen in this division. Demetrious Johnson just had an outstanding game plan tonight and executed it to perfection. Over and over again, he was able to close the distance, surprise Yamamoto, and check out this left hook. Clips him, had him hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Lightweights ready to go. Alexander Volkanovski making his UFC debut against Yusuke Kasuya. Volkanovski is in white, Kasuya in black.
There's a lot of hype following Volkanovski into the octagon tonight. Good straight left from Kasuya to start with.
Volkanovski's fought very good competition outside the UFC. He's won 10 in a row, 13-1 overall. Former pro rugby player.
from Kasuya.
Beautiful by Kasuya, taking advantage of that wild offering from Volkanovski.
5 rear naked chokes on his record, so this is a strong position for him. Volkanovski's doing a good well of using the fence to scrape his opponent off, but Kasuya is not giving up on this position. Good work.
Volkanovski's best win outside the UFC, according to some, a knockout of UFC vet Anton Zaffa. Has had success in MMA down at 45, all the way up at welterweight. Working in the clinch here. Nice job by Volkanovski to prevent that takedown, and lands a knee to the midsection of Kasuya.
Oh, looks for the outside reap. That's good work. He looks very strong in these positions, John. Wraps the head, looking for the outside reap again, threatening with the front headlock. Oh, good work by Kasuya to reverse that position, but Volkanovski immediately circles him onto the fence, lands a good clean shot, and then level changes. Oh, we've got a lift here.
Under 3 minutes to go here in round one. Volkanovski telling us he wouldn't have even gotten into MMA were it not for Chuck Liddell and his influence on the sport. Watch out for that trademark overhand right of Volkanovski tonight when we're upright.
Nice work stepping over to half guard.
Yep. Nice job by Volkanovski to pull that left arm of Kasuya as he tries to flatten him out here.
Oh, powerful shots. And Volkanovski, another fighter that spent a lot of time at Tiger Muay Thai, building his well-rounded skill set. Big, powerful punches from the top position.
Kasuya is a very durable guy, but these are power shots landed here by Volkanovski.
Yeah, nobody can take too many of those. Nice elbow as well. Very powerful, drops his full body weight into the shots. Look for him to strip the base away again, good work.
Kasuya just able to turn his head out of harm's way there.
Oh!
Sorry, mate.
And even had time to apologize to the referee.
Right.
Good work by Kasuya to reverse that. Let's see what Volkanovski can do with these butterfly hooks. Let's see if he's going to start to elevate his opponent a little bit. Kasuya passes to half guard.
Those butterfly hooks preventing Kasuya from mounting Volkanovski. Just over 1 minute to go here in our opening round.
I can't imagine with the excitement that Volkanovski's got of finally being in the UFC that he's going to spend too long settling any of these situations.
Right. Kasuya, the Shooto rookie tournament champ back in 2011. 100% finishing rate, 9 pro wins. He has stopped the opponent in all of them.
Really good top control here by Kasuya. Volkanovski back with the butterfly hooks. Nice work trying to elevate his opponent, at least creating enough space there to get back to the top position. Kasuya threatening the leg lock late in the round.
Volkanovski making him pay with some big left hands. Fox Sports Go. All right, round two here, Alexander Volkanovski and Yusuke Kasuya. The Volkanovski corner, Dan, they believe that he won that first round, but want him to keep it standing here round two.
Yeah, I think he started strong and I think he finished strong, but he certainly felt the strength of Kasuya's ground game in the middle of the round. Nice takedown there. I like how he's hovering over his opponent right now and not committing to the ground game. Able to stand tall and land good, powerful shots from the top position. You can see Kasuya now trying to use that butterfly hook to elevate Volkanovski and create some space, but big, powerful shots from the top position.
Clearly, Volkanovski feels like he can pound Kasuya out of there. Any thought to separating and standing up here, given what we heard from the corner?
Quite possibly, especially if Kasuya continues to chase these submissions. But every time he chases a leg lock, he's exposing himself. You know, the leg lock game is very effective if you're extremely good at it. Someone like Ryan Hall, for example. But if you've not got a high percentage of success with that, it leaves you vulnerable for these kind of situations here. A lot of the time, it's better to invest that energy to try and get back to your feet or a top position. And Kasuya is getting beaten up here from top position.
Volkanovski with some killer ground and pound here. Referee watching the action closely. We talked about Kasuya's durability off the top. It is being tested here midway through round 2.
He's so accurate with these shots, John.
What is it going to take to cut Kasuya open?
Right. He must have skin like rawhide to be able to take some of these shots without bleeding. Again, chasing the footlock. But you can see here, he leaves his head exposed. Expect some big, powerful shots. Here they come.
Kasuya may need to bail on this submission attempt. That's going to do it. Alexander Volkanovski. What a moment for the New South Wales native, Alexander Volkanovski. He TKOs Yusuke Kasuya in his UFC debut. The move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for $30 period.
And look at these final shots that the referee was watching. Kasuya's clinging onto a leg lock and he's grimacing, he's taking these shots, but he's not working to escape. It was a good stoppage by the referee. Kasuya couldn't have taken many more of those punches.
Clearly a wise decision by Volkanovski.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Greg Funyuns has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 6 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by TKO, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
And a Jedrzejczyk.
All right, ladies, first round. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Handle, let's go.
Here we go.
We should clarify, Mike, we've been corrected. This is not the first one. It's the first one we're calling, but there was one in Atlantic City, so that was the first strawweight fight. This is just the first one that we're going to get.
Exactly. First one we have the honor of calling. The movement of these athletes can be tremendously quick.
Strong inside leg kick there by Lima.
Look at that.
Nice tie clinch here by Lima.
Both of them with strong striking skills and a Muay Thai-based attack.
Lima coming into this fight with Draculino in her corner. Guarantee you she's got some great jiu-jitsu as well. And she's looking for this takedown now. Good underhook there by Joanna. Lima switches to the single. A lot of energy being expended by this woman here. This is
especially two women walking in for the first time. There might be an adrenaline dump.
Most certainly. This is a grueling type of exchange. Not the most exciting thing to watch, but for folks at home to try to wrap your head around it, this is probably one of the most difficult things on the body. Because both fighters are working at 100% exertion right now. There's not a lot of room to rest. This is just all about the battle. Who wins it? Does Lima win it with her relentless attempts to take down, or does Johanna win it with her balance, her underhooks, and her takedown defense?
Well,
you know,
the knees are starting to go there.
Yeah,
the knees are starting to go by Juliana Lima.
Beltran's calling for action, but this is action. I mean, it might not be that exciting to look at, but no one's stalling here. Right. Lima's got her hands connected together, Mike. That's going to change everything. She's going to step over now. And now she's got it. It was all about getting those hands together. And Lima tying up those legs, hooking those legs. Look at this, though. Joanna back up to her feet. She's strong, Mike. Yes. She is strong. Because that was, you know, it was a full-on takedown. And she just popped right back up to her feet.
Through the elbow to the midsection.
Excellent technique, too. Note that left underhook. She's sliding up hard with that left underhook.
You can see it, the blue glove, and now they'll break. So that was about half a round right there in that position.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, these women are exhausted. Look, you see Lima breathing heavy, arms are heavy. Oh, Johanna cracked her.
Big right hand.
She's shaking her head no, which almost always means yes.
Johanna changes levels. Clean striking from Johanna Jedrzejczyk.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name until I speak to her.
I'm just going to try to say it the same way each time.
Lima, very tired, Mike. You see how she telegraphed that takedown, and it was way from the outside. Johanna's very strong, Mike, and the brunt of the exertion was in Lima because Lima was the one who's trying to take her down. It's much more difficult to execute the takedown than it is to defend against it, especially when your back is up against the cage.
Yep. There's that short knee again by Lima. Pro since 2010.
Nice short elbow by Lima.
Jedrzejczyk has fought Muay Thai for well over a decade.
Action, ladies. Let's go. Improve our positions, ladies. Let's work. Action.
Now a minute on the clock. Lima trying to get that control. Yeah,
he's going to separate them again.
That time they weren't doing as much.
Yeah, that time there was a little bit of a breather.
Right. Which is probably a result of the first time they did it and the cardio issue.
What also is a result of the inexperience of Lima. This is her first fight, and she's essentially emptied her gas tank within the first minute and a half of the first round. She's going to get a chance to recover if she gets through this next 28 seconds, but not good energy management. And that's a big part of fighting. So Johanna right now looks much fresher. Good leg kick by Lima, but Johanna eats it and presses forward.
And she looks to be technically superior in the striking game.
Good right hand. A good right hand back by Lima.
Over the top. Well, keep an eye on the striking of Johanna Jedrzejczyk, because she seemed to be the more technically sound Muay Thai practitioner.
I think she was once Lima was tired.
Yeah.
Lima looked very good standing before she got tired. But I just think she exerted a tremendous amount of effort trying to get that takedown. I would have loved to have heard her corner, but unfortunately I don't speak Portuguese.
She really likes to go over the top of that right hand. Up the middle. As we mentioned, both of these women have Muay Thai backgrounds.
I like the distance Johanna's using. Very good at sliding in and out. There's a good inside leg kick by Lima, but there, look at it, like closes that distance very nicely with that jab, and then just slides right back out. Just a little half step backwards, you know? Nice right hand counter there.
And she's really been impressive with the counter striking, like you saw right there, Joe.
And I think just her energy management has been better. Lima is exhausted coming into the second round, and I think it's primarily because of the adrenaline dump and because of the amount of effort that she exerted in that beginning part of the first round. There was a good left hook there by Lima, though. If she can fall into her rhythm and get her second win. There's a nice leg kick.
Oh, look at that, followed up by a great combination. And the knee.
Nice knee to the body. Very nice knee to the body.
Much more volume out of Johanna.
Yeah, Johanna looks very smooth now, Mike. She's really in her rhythm. Whereas Lima is much more labored, much more tired. Look at that, beautiful straight left to the body, and then switches stances.
Yeah, she went to southpaw, yep.
Very technical.
Oh, another shot to the body, which really wears on your cardio.
And this is an exciting time for this division, Mike, because there's no world champion right now. This UFC champion will be dictated and decided by the Ultimate Fighter, but there's fighters like Joanna here, who's an outstanding competitor, who's essentially in the hunt.
Absolutely.
Ooh, beautiful right hand to the body there. She's really opening up now, and Lima is starting to fade.
Joanna 6-0, Lima 6-1. So very impressive early in their MMA careers.
Nice jab to the body by Joanna. Oh,
over the top again.
And look at the angles she's choosing, Mike. She recognizes the high guard of Lima, so she's going around it Chuck Liddell style.
Absolutely. And she's setting it up with the jab.
Yeah, jabs to the body. Excellent distance. I love it. And this is the thing that we've always said about the men's flyweight division is that these lighter weight classes, you're seeing more technique. You also see people that have more endurance, more speed, they're less affected by gravity.
Joanna, Joe, has stuffed all 10 of Juliana Lima's takedown attempts.
Well, sort of. She got taken down in the first round. It was just very brief.
Yeah.
But if it was a grappling competition, I'm pretty sure she would have got a takedown point for that.
Our stats guys weren't so kind.
Well, they're probably right. But, you know, she did have her down.
Yes.
Go, ladies, let's work.
For about 1.2 seconds,
Yeah.
right? So back in this position that Lima initiated early. Where she's trying to use those knees to the inside of the leg of Jedrzejczyk. Joanna answers.
Nice knee up high by Joanna. And another one to the body, and Joanna's turning her around. Oh, nice elbow, very nice.
Yeah, if Joanna can start to be the better fighter in the clinch as well, that is going to spell potential doom for Juliana Lima.
Let's go. Ready?
1 minute. Mike Beltran back to the center of the octagon. So technically sound, as we mentioned.
Yeah, really fun to watch.
Yeah.
I love those jabs.
Total strikes with 35 remaining here in the second. Oh. Juliana does do a nice job of keeping her hands up, though, Joe.
She certainly does, and that's making Joanna try to find angles to go around that guard.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
Oh!
Good round for Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Minutes remain. Second strawweight fight in the octagon.
Lima a little bit lighter on her feet in this third round. Get that second win.
See if she's recovered.
One of the big differences in this fight, Mike, has been the jab of Joanna. I mean, she's just so good at utilizing that technique.
No question.
To the body, to the face. Oh, beautiful whipping right hand over the top of the guard. And Lima is just being a little bit too predictable about her attacks. Look at that, mixes it up to the body nicely. Look at that little feint, little half step there before she throws that shot.
Yeah, and most impressively, Joe, is Joanna is just as fast now as she was at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, I really think that Lima made a critical error in the beginning of that first round. She came out so excited, was chanting with Bruce Buffer, you know, yelling out her own name, but just dumped out too much energy too quickly. And now she's paying for it.
And the style of that first round, like you pointed out as well.
Way too much energy exerted trying to get that takedown. And then it's just the adrenaline dump.
Watch out. She was trying to get the clinch and deliver a knee. Lima then tried to be creative, but Joanna breaks free. Total strikes so far in this contest by round. Yeah, Yeah, Joanna really turned things up, as we mentioned, in round 2. And a great start here in round 3.
Well, Lima's got to figure something out here. Something's got to change. Nice left hook to the body and a right hand to the body by Joanna.
She's really, Juliana Lima, Joe, backing up now, continuously.
Lima, she has to dig deep, Mike. She's got to figure something out, whether it's take this fight to the ground and try to submit her, or whether it's figure out some way to hurt her, time something, and catch her with something. There's a nice right hand by Lima. But that's, in my opinion, she's 2 rounds down. Most certainly the second round.
And continues to stay busy.
The second round, it was Johanna's show. I mean, she just really opened up with the striking. And the first round most likely went to her as well.
The reason the first round wasn't her show is because they spent half of it on the fence.
Yeah, but when they did exchange, it seems like Johanna was getting the better of those exchanges, and I believe she landed more strikes.
For sure.
But the second round, all Johanna. And the third round is just she's just putting on a clinic. I mean, this is beautiful. Here's a nice takedown attempt.
Trying to get it still.
Lima can connect. Oh, she gets it. Nice.
That one is official.
That's what she needed.
Side control.
Right into side control. Excellent position. Time to work.
Oh,
look at that.
Done, Joanna.
Beautiful hip escape into half guard, but still Lima on top. She's got to make something happen there, though. It's whether or not she has the energy to pull off a submission. That's a wide open half guard right now. It is a wide open half guard. She can get out of that anytime she wants. Look at that. I mean, that half guard's barely holding her in place. So right now she's got to be careful of that right knee, though, because it's going to go to full guard.
Lima, you see, finally landing a takedown on her 14th attempt.
Lima has a position here where she might be able to attempt a guillotine choke from the mount. If she slides her right knee out and up across and mounts and clasps her hands together, see how she's trying to get that leg out now, Mike? She's pressing down with that left instep, and Johanna's trying to, good defense there by Johanna. Push that leg out of the way. She recognizes the danger of having that leg free. See how she's really grabbing her legs, tightening down on the right leg of Lima? She recognizes that Lima was trying. Now she no longer has the head on the neck, though. It's not as dangerous a position for her.
40 seconds left.
Lima's got to go for something, Mike. She's got to explode and try to get out of that position. She's tagging her with a couple of good shots here, but they're going to get back up to her feet.
And the knee to the body.
Yeah, she lost the position.
Yeah.
She had a good position there, had side control, and just didn't attempt a submission.
That had a lot to do with exhaustion, I'm sure, as well.
Without a doubt. She probably wanted to gauge her time, try to catch enough energy, catch a little bit of a break to try to replenish her supply.
10 seconds.
With as difficult a last name as Johanna has, we might turn her just into Johanna like Madonna.
Yeah, like Roseanne.
Yeah, exactly. She's going by Johanna.
Excellent fight.
Absolutely. And if you're a fan of technical striking, you had to enjoy the performance of the native of Poland.
And there's a nice right leg kick by Lima, and Johanna returns with a kick to the body of her own. Right hand over the top by Johanna, and a right kick to the body by Lima. There's that jab, Mike, to the body, to the face. Just, that was what...
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Joanna Jedrzejczyk.